Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Agnes. I make videos about productivity, life in tech, my career in data science, basically my experience. So, in this video, I am going to take you along with my job application process. I mean, this is my third job search episode. So, once I get a job, this will be my third organization as a data scientist. But the thing is, I just relocated to Canada from India, so all of my work experience is international. So, and my education is also international. I'll be taking you along for my journey of converting my international experience and getting a suitable role here. Right now, I'm just applying for a lot of jobs in my field. So, the job roles that I'm focusing are machine learning engineer, data scientist, mostly data scientist ML roles, not product data scientist roles, because I don't have experience in the business side of things. A lot of product based companies has really good product based data science roles. So, I am thinking about maybe switching to like a product data scientist role as well. After doing a few projects in visualization and case studies and showcasing them on my portfolio, I am rebuilding my portfolio. That's also one project that's been going on. I will make it as another video. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through my job application process, what happens, how to customize resumes, how to track your application, what happens from the time you see a job posting to just hitting that submit button. So on my desktop I have a folder called job search 2025. So I moved to Canada in November 2024. So before that I've been applying for jobs from India, but most of them really didn't work out. So I think I had another folder for it for like 10-15 applications. These are the applications that I sent. The October one is still from India. From January, February, and March, these are the applications I sent after coming here. There's like 30-35 applications, I guess. I also have a Notion template. So I'm not gonna go, I am going to create like I'll be showing you the requirements and the things you have to be careful about. But I'm not gonna say which company I'm applying for. I'm still struggling to touch type, man. I don't have a reasonable speed when touch typing because I learned touch typing last year, to be very honest. Something that should be taught in school. I mean, I mean, I don't know how it is right now, but when I was a student, we were never taught touch typing on a keyboard. It increases your speed a lot if you're a pro at it. It's a huge boost to your productivity. So there are websites where you can just practice touch typing. Just do it for 15 minutes a day, and you'll be good to go. Your muscle memory will pick it up. I will have a folder for data scientists at whatever company that I am applying for. So this is my, and there'll be a Word document which is basically my resume, and sometimes if they have a place to upload a cover letter, there'll be a cover letter. Sometimes the application form itself will have a integrated place to write your cover letter, and you can do that. If there's an option, do write a cover letter and make it, I mean, personalize it based on the vibe of the company. If you are applying to like a startup and you are writing a very and you are very writing a cover letter in a very corporate tone, you you wouldn't create a good impression on the people who are reading them. So personalizing each cover letter and resume is very important in today's job market. That's where my application goes. So I have like a list of all the I recently moved them to like month based folders. Before that there were no month based folders. It was a long list. Then I felt like there's a lot of jobs, so I just sorted them based on month. Yeah, that's how the applications are stored. You have to keep your resume for each and every job, because when if they reach out to you after a month, you should have access to the resume that you've sent in order to prepare for the interview. Now let's look at my Notion job application tracker. So there are 13 applications right now. One is in draft, well applied. I actually archived all the applications where I got rejections from. I'm not showing you the company column. So after the role, there's a company column as well. And role, there are some roles in draft. I mean, those are a few companies that I'm following to see if they have any job opportunities. So that's why I have not added the job heading. So these are all the jobs I got a rejection from. The say location status. So when you go to status, there is applied, there is draft, which is the default setting, default status. Once I click submit button, I move it to applied. Then uh, then there is follow up, then there is interviewing, then rejected, dropped, offer. Those are I have not reached that stage yet. Then the work job type, there are a lot of flex jobs, remote jobs, and on-site roles. If the on-site opportunity is in Toronto, I don't really care because I live in the city. I can easily commute, but I still prefer like a hybrid or flex role. As much as I like interacting with my teammates, it takes a lot of money, effort, and time to commute every single day. Role type, yeah, some like I said, some roles are product based, growth data scientist roles, and if you look at the requirements, you can literally see that. So for this product role, they are asking for experimentation experience, like mastery in A/B testing, hypothesis testing, presenting the insights to a business team. So it's a role where you need a lot of business acumen, and SQL, Python, or R, any coding language, they don't really care. So my skill gap is a experimentation here. I've done experimentation projects. I've not done them in like a professional setting, because my all of my last roles were mostly ML, AI, AML roles. I have a master's and my specialization is in machine learning, so I don't really uh, most of the roles do require like a at least a bachelor's, and master's is always a bonus. So yeah, this is barrier of entry for data science roles are high right now. So for this role, they are asking for MS or PhD in applied mathematics, statistics, economics. So MS or PhD is always a bonus. I mean, more in most cases, MS or PhD is a bonus, but in for some job roles, if they are very looking for a specialized person, they don't their requirement itself is MS or PhD. So for my even though my MS I mean, my master's is, I have an MTech, not an MS. So, master's in technology, which is equivalent to an MS in the US or Canada. Um, so, since my degree is international, I had to go through, I mean, you have to do it before, even before you apply for permanent residency. So, I had to go through this equivalency process, which is called education credential assessment, or ECA. With any of there are a few organizations that would do it for you, and you have to pay them, and they will connect. You have to give an application to your university, and you have to give an application to the agency. And in our case, our university already had like a pretty good relationship with this, agency, and they would electronically send the uh, our transcript, the whole course transcript, to Wes, and they'll evaluate them. They'll take like 2 months, and they'll give you a educational credential assessment saying that this degree is equivalent to this degree in the US. So in in Canada. So masters in technology is equivalent to a master's or MS in Canada. Yeah, these are all the jobs I projected from. I mean, they are not an exact fit. But they are pretty good fit. They just have a lot of people who are really, really competent, and who has a lot of search and LinkedIn. There's a lot of jobs, but there's a lot of competition too. The second one, ML engineer, the requirements have NLP, machine learning, monitoring, fine tuning, Gen AI, deployment, statistical modeling. So this is an ML role, and yeah, I've not worked with Spark or Hadoop, which is very important for distributed computing. And cloud is a little bit shaky because most of my experience, I have like 3.5 years of experience, and in that 3.5 years, 2.5 years of my experience is in research, which is, you would think it's a good thing, but when you apply to industry roles, um, if you want to apply to research roles, you need like a really good history of publications and stuff, and preferably a PhD. But if you are applying to roles in the industry, uh, research working experience in just experience in research is actually a little bit complicated. Most of them are not end-to-end projects or end-to-end projects in production. That's a problem. I have to do something about it. I should actually start a certification. When I was looking at doing certifications when I was in India, these certifications are really expensive. It's like $300, $400 for to write the exam. That's a lot of money in rupees. So for this role, they ask for NLP. I have like solid experience in NLP and LLMs. So I know how to fine tune models. Is the deployment, that's the gap. The gap is in the deployment. Everything else is so this one, AIML, NLP, Python, deep learning, Hugging Face, PyTorch. The bonus is Presto, Spark, and publications. Yeah, it's publications. Yeah, publications is my gap. Spark and Presto. I don't even know what Presto is. Yeah, mentoring. This is a pretty close fit to my profile. Yeah, still got a rejection. Machine learning engineer, deployment, ML, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Spark, deployment, Spark. I have done deployments, but it's not like a full machine learning system. Like, for example, a system which is in production, like Netflix, like a recommendation system which is in production, like Netflix. It's it's different because it's in production, and you have to monitor and evaluate and fine tune the model without affecting the service. Statistical modeling, experimentation, Python, senior data scientist, reporting, statistical modeling, Looker. This is, even though it's a senior data scientist role, this is mostly visualization, it's a business role. Python, yeah. Most of the jobs ask for masters or bachelors. Now let's go to the roles that are active right now. If you open the data scientist page, you can literally see all the, you know, I will put the hiring manager's details, and I will include the I will just include my own analysis about that job role in there, so just so that I can, customize my resume. So after customizing my resume is a Word format resume. Um, this is a Word format. There are 2 pages. So what I learned from the Jobscan Summit is that you don't really have to worry about pages. Keep the word count around like 500 words. I mean, it's really difficult for these ATS systems to read your resume if you add columns and uh, you know squish everything into one page. So I'm gonna keep this as just a 2 page resume. So I should actually focus on deployment. I should master deployment if I'm applying for like AI/ML roles. There are a few NLP specific roles, but I mean, this looks like recruiters are just jamming a lot of Gen AI, LLMs, agentic AI, just a lot of keywords into the job description. Uh, I don't know if you're okay with a just message and send your resume to data science managers or hiring managers. Those are the people who will be looking at your resume. I've done it for a few jobs. When they post it on LinkedIn, I just send them the resume. At least I get a look at my profile. So that's a better way, I think. It's a lot of time. You still have to place yourself. So if you go and look at LinkedIn, this is just an example. You can just ask the AI to see how you can place yourself for this particular role. So LinkedIn has an AI that does that, and it's okay. It's this, AI is a little bit generic about everything, but you can get an overall abstract idea about your fit for this role. So LinkedIn Premium is worth it if you're using it a lot. JobScan is also worth it if you are using it on a daily basis. I think you can if it's your first premium membership, you can get a good offer. So yeah, so LinkedIn, this chatbot said your profile appears to align well with this job, and I think you may be ready to apply because I found your expertise in data science, machine learning, deep learning, masters in computer science and information science with machine learning specialization, certification projects in data science and AI. Not find evidence of leadership or management experience in your profile. This is a data science lead profile. Um, I just picked this job application to show you how it works. So this is a lead profile. So yeah, that's where you should focus. That's the gap. So this profile do need some management experience. Important requirement for this job. If you have any relevant experience in this area, you might want to add it to your profile. Additionally, I could not find any mention of LLMs, cloud platform, Databricks, AWS in your profile. I should probably tailor my profile more because I do have experience in LLMs and Databricks, and I work with AWS SageMaker. So there's some keyword issue. Useful skill for this job. If you have any experience or knowledge in these areas, you might want to highlight it. Yeah. Write a cover letter. I mean, most of these generator cover letters are very generic and nobody is going to read them. You have to um depends on the vibe of the company. If you're applying to Deloitte, probably this would work. I don't know. So Deloitte is consulting, and I mean your Professional client management experience is very important. Corporate way of talking is very important in consulting. But if you are applying to like a startup or like a mid-sized company with 200, 300 employees, this may not work. You have to show your interest in the company. Okay, you can just, ask, you can chat with this chatbot. It's really good to get to understand the job profile. I am an extremely, okay, why is there a random bullet point? I don't know. Okay, it needs 5+ years of relevant experience. I would rather just go and look at the. I'm a very analytical person, so I have to analyze the job description to understand for my own sake. Yeah, 84 to $175,000. That's a huge range. That's a big range. Yeah, I would probably fall somewhere around the lower range because number one, my experience and degree is international. I am not really thinking about doing another master's in Canada. It should be, since I'm a resident, it would be much. I mean, since I'm a resident, doing another degree would be uh, a lot more affordable than applying as an international student. I think it's like one by third of the international student fees. But I don't know. I don't think I need it right now. But I might have to do some kind of, you know, certification or some kind of, maybe not boot camp, something that can show the employer that I can work in the show the employer that I'm able to, that I have the communication skills and technical skills to work, and I am a cultural fit. That's the most important part, and the difficult part. More of a this is not a this job profile is not a fit for me. But if you have Oracle, Hadoop, NoSQL, um, MSc equivalent or higher, so they are not. They're looking for people with master's degrees. Yeah, cool. Also, with premium, you can see how you compare to other applicants. So, yeah, not a lot of people have applied for this job. Usually, if it's a chill startup or something, there'll be like 500,000 applicants. That's why you should always, turn on the. You should always apply for a job within 48 hours of, you know, 48 hours of the posting time, but it's not always possible, is it? Mm, more than half of them are senior level applicants. 33% of them have a master's degree, 45% have other degrees, probably like a PG diploma or something. Uh, Masters of Arts, postgraduate specialization degree. Yeah, it's also, you can look at the employee tenure to see if a company is worth your time. Usually, a small median tenure is not a good look for the company. Companies with a lot of attrition, there's probably something wrong with them. Yeah, this is an interesting fact. Okay, there are hired 143 people from QSAT, which is my university. I can reach out to QSAT alumni, and I can, I mean, asking directly for a referral is like a it's very improbable that you would get a referral. Um it's a not in a polite way to ask, connect somebody you don't know and ask for a referral directly. So in the Jobscan summit, there was a session for on this reference stuff, and they said apply for the job first, and then figure out people who works in the company. Then invite them for like a um then connect with them. I mean, you won't, some people will definitely ghost you. You have to have a thick skin in this. Don't make it about yourself. I mean, it's not you, it's just, I mean, how many people would just, connect with random people? Not a lot. That's why going to networking events and meeting them and chatting a little bit breaks the ice, and just introducing your profile to them. Sending messages to random people like, bro, give me a referral in this company. That's not a good look. And Jobscan, um, more than the tool, they have a lot of valid um, content on their YouTube channel. I'll link it below. So they have a job board as well. Um, this is based on just let's just see if they have any scientist. Ontario. What? California? There's no Ontario. Hmm? Toronto, Ontario. Yeah. Thumbtack. Green Shield. Mentions Manulife, Rogers, Lily, Associate Director. Bree, UTAP, Metadata. Yeah, a few good companies. 25 miles. Okay, 100 miles. Um, My main job board is LinkedIn, and I have a DataCamp subscription, so I get a DataCamp job board as well. They don't have a lot of roles, but the roles they have are really good. Smaller, interesting companies. So I have that. I've not, yeah. Rogers, Metadata, Geotab. Yeah, a lot of Zoom Green Shield. Yeah, I've seen some of them on LinkedIn and Glassdoor. So I used LinkedIn, Glassdoor, look at companies and reviews and stuff. And they have an easy apply feature. Two, I've applied for like 2, 3 jobs through their easy apply. I mean, easy apply is, I mean, it's very unlikely that easy apply. I've gotten interviews from easy apply before, because I'm not saying it won't work. It might work, but it's always better to send the full application from the job website. The key is to not copy the whole thing when you are applying for a role. Just, if you're sending your resume to like a hiring manager, you can send it in PDF. But I should get a new screen recorder. I am using the snipping tool in Windows to record the screen, and it's not the best. So if I add the company and the link, it will um, show you which ATS systems they are using, and it will give you a few points on how to customize the resume for that particular ATS system. Mm, report means they extracted the work experience very well. When I uploaded my previous resume that I made on Canva, it was not extracting anything correctly. So using a simple sequential Word doc resume, it's like a basic resume, is extremely important. And it took me like a few hours. I applied for just one job in a day when I sent that resume. I mean, I think it's much better than just sending. It's a game of quantity and quality, but improving the quality makes sense. It might take time, but at least you'll get the role that you're excited about. If I add the job link to the job, which company are you applying for, which job title are you applying for, and the URL, uh, it will show you more detail, more tips to customize your resume. Machine learning, AWS, data breaks, deep learning, statistics. Yeah, they're picking up a lot of the skills, machine learning, but I feel like, yeah, but it's very, seems very generic, the keyword picking. I mean, this particular job description had a lot of importance in building recommendation systems. So I feel like it should be a keyword to focus, but they are not focusing on it right now. Most of these roles, the hiring managers' details are not mentioned. But if you go to the company's page or you just uh, search the company hiring manager data science some keywords on LinkedIn, they might have posted the role themselves. You might be able to reach out to them. But one thing I learned from the Jobscan summit is that, so in one of the sessions in Jobscan summit, they mentioned that if you can figure out the hiring manager's email address, it will be better to email them. uh, they said they usually get a lot of messages and most of them goes to the spam folder. If you have LinkedIn Premium, you can mail, I think you get 5 email connects in a month. So it's a combination of all this networking skills, reaching out to people, sending your resume to people who can make a decision. So this, I mean, use a combination of all this. Stay sane during your job search process by including other things as well. Like consider it like a job. Do it for a specific period of time. Don't obsess or lose your sleep. Stay healthy, eat well, and go for a walk, play games, do something that you love after this whole job searching session and customizing resumes. Don't just live with it. Just that's not good for your mental health or your physical health. This is why it's important to always set aside a little bit of money to survive at least for 6 months if you in case if you lost your job. It will prevent you from getting into these toxic situations where people might try to take advantage of you. So make the reasonable decisions with your money and make reasonable decisions with your health. Yeah, I think that's all for today's video. We'll probably do another video analyzing the job descriptions and seeing um, the skill sets that are in demand right now, experience requirement and stuff like that. um, I think that's all for today's video. I'll be doing a test setup video soon. um, what else am I planning? I'm planning like a whole Notion thing. I will publish my Notion templates at some point, but I have not figured out how to do it yet. We'll be doing another, you know, take you along with video while I'm rebuilding my portfolio. So yeah, that's and so I just have to add this. So I was listening to a webinar on YouTube. It was just really good. Let me close the window. Which is really good and is about they were discussing a lot of things. I'll definitely link the webinar in the description. They were just talking about um, asking for referrals, applying for jobs and stuff like that. And the guy was saying it's kind of impossible to like tailor your resume for each and every role, uh, which takes a lot of time, you should apply for a lot of jobs. So what he says is, um, instead of applying for like every single job out there, focus, if you already have experience, go deep into one technology and focus on those jobs. So yeah, that makes more sense than what I'm currently doing. So what he was saying is that it's kind of impossible to get um, callbacks without referrals these days. And connecting with people, building a relationship, asking for referral, it's kind of takes a lot of time. If you're a second year or third year student, you have some time, you can start now. But if you're already doing a job, if you're already out of your job like me, looking for a job, it's not the time to build networks. You should directly ask people for referral. And I think that's what makes sense. Don't be rude or don't be like demanding, but ask in a nice way. Yeah, I think that's the more practical way. What I learned from this webinar is having a data science portfolio is really important. Paying attention to the projects that are on the portfolio is also very, very important. Another thing is, you should just apply for a lot of jobs and customize your resume, but not like, don't spend a lot of time. Just focus on the companies you want to work in, focus on the area you want to work in, decide them before applying for jobs, then create a portfolio around that, and create some base resumes. Like if for example, if you worked in NLP, create an NLP resume, NLP heavy resume. If you worked in computer vision, create a computer heavy resume, and just tailor them a little bit based on the job description, and just send them to everyone. Send them to people, ideally with a referral. So another thing I learned is referral doesn't necessarily helps you bypass the ATS system. Referrals add extra points to your job application, and that's pretty much it. Ask for referrals. Another thing is, ideally you should apply for a job within like 48 hours of the job posting, and or at least within 3 weeks of the job posting. Otherwise it's very improbable for the recruiter to see your resume. I just wanted to add this information to this video because I was already talking about a similar, I mean, pretty much the same topic. So yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. Let me go eat my breakfast and apply for more jobs. Bye. See you in the next video.